Imagine discovering that some of the foods you've been eating for years may be quietly increasing your risk of one of the world's deadliest diseases. Now, before you panic and throw everything out of your refrigerator, here's the good news. Most people have no idea which foods scientists are genuinely concerned about and which foods have been unfairly blamed. But by the end of this video, you'll discover the #1 food-related cancer risk factor that millions of people expose themselves to every single day, and it's probably not what you think. Some of the items on this list may already be sitting in your kitchen right now. Let's start with number 10. Number 10. Sugary drinks. At first glance, sugary drinks seem harmless. A cold soda, a sweet fruit drink, an energy drink during a busy afternoon. What could possibly be wrong with that? Well, scientists have been raising concerns for years. The problem isn't that sugar directly causes cancer. The real danger is what excessive sugar can lead to. Study after study has shown that regularly consuming large amounts of sugary beverages contributes to obesity. And obesity has been linked to at least 13 different types of cancer. Think about that. Many people spend years avoiding certain foods they believe are dangerous while drinking hundreds of liquid calories every single day. What's even more alarming is that these drinks don't make us feel as full as solid foods, which means people often consume far more calories than they realize. But sugary drinks are only the beginning, because the next item contains something that scientists accidentally discovered could be a problem. Number 9. Potato chips and other fried snacks. Picture yourself opening a fresh bag of chips. Just one handful, then another. Before you know it, half the bag is gone. But scientists became concerned when they discovered that certain starchy foods cooked at very high temperatures can produce a chemical called acrylamide. This compound forms during frying, roasting, and baking. Animal studies have shown that high levels of acrylamide can cause cancer. Researchers are still investigating exactly how much risk it poses to humans, but many health experts agree on one thing. Reducing unnecessary exposure is a smart move. And here's the scary part. The darker and more burnt these foods become, the more acrylamide may form. So if you like your potato chips really brown, you should take note of this. Lest I forget, you're welcome to Wealthy Living Hub, a channel with the sole goal to provide you with simplified health tips. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and put notifications on for this kind of health-related content. Thank you. Next is the food category that many people consume every weekend without thinking twice. Number 8. Charred barbecue meat. There's something irresistible about the smell of meat sizzling over an open flame. But that blackened crust on your steak or chicken may not be as harmless as it looks. When meat is cooked at extremely high temperatures, scientists say it can produce compounds known as heterocyclic amines and polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbons. These chemicals have been shown to damage DNA in laboratory studies. DNA damage is one of the key steps that can eventually contribute to cancer development. Now, this doesn't mean you should never enjoy a barbecue again, but repeatedly eating heavily charred meat over many years may not be doing your body any favors. And speaking of things many people consume regularly, the next item is something millions of people actually use to relax. Number 7. Alcohol. Here's a fact that surprises many people. Alcohol is one of the most well-established dietary cancer risk factors studied by scientists. When your body breaks down alcohol, it produces a substance called acetaldehyde. Acetaldehyde can damage cells and interfere with DNA repair. Researchers have linked alcohol consumption to cancers of the mouth, throat, liver, breast, colon, and esophagus. What makes this particularly concerning is that many people assume only heavy drinkers are at risk. But research suggests the risk can begin increasing even at relatively low levels of consumption. And if that fact shocked you, wait until you hear what's next. Number 6. Heavily salted foods. For thousands of years, humans preserved food using salt. It was effective, it was practical, and it helped people survive. But scientists eventually noticed an interesting pattern. In regions where heavily salted foods were consumed regularly, rates of stomach cancer were often higher. Researchers believe excessive salt may damage the stomach lining, making it more vulnerable to harmful changes. Foods such as heavily salted fish, preserved meats, and extremely salty processed foods have attracted particular attention. But we're about to enter the top 5. And this is where things start getting really interesting. Number 5. Ultra-processed foods. Walk through any supermarket and you'll see them everywhere. Colorful packages, instant meals, snack cakes, sugary cereals, frozen convenience foods. These products are designed to be irresistible. Scientists have found associations between diets high in ultra-processed foods and increased risks of several chronic diseases, including certain cancers. Why? Because these foods often contain excessive amounts of sugar, unhealthy fats, sodium, and calories, while lacking important nutrients. Some researchers believe the problem isn't one single ingredient. It's the combination of everything together. And the average person may be consuming far more ultra-processed food than they realize. But one food category has generated even more controversy. Number 4. Red meat. Few foods create as much debate as red meat. Some people consider it an essential source of nutrition. Others see it as a health concern. So, what does the science actually say? Large studies have found that high consumption of red meat is associated with an increased risk of colorectal cancer. Scientists are still investigating the exact reasons. Some suspect compounds formed during digestion may play a role. Others point toward cooking methods and chemical reactions that occur during processing. The key word here is high consumption. The concern isn't necessarily the occasional steak, it's habitual overconsumption over many years. And that leads us directly to number 3. Number 3. Processed meat. This category includes bacon, sausages, hot dogs, ham, salami, and many other preserved meat products. After reviewing hundreds of scientific studies, researchers concluded there is convincing evidence linking processed meat consumption to colorectal cancer. Scientists believe preservatives and certain compounds formed during processing may contribute to the increased risk. What's especially concerning is how common these foods are: breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks. For some people, processed meat appears multiple times every single day. But we're not done, because the next item isn't even technically a food. Number 2. Excess body fat caused by long-term overconsumption. This is where many people get confused. They focus on one specific food while ignoring the bigger picture. Scientists have repeatedly found that excess body fat is associated with increased risks of multiple cancers. Researchers believe chronic inflammation, hormonal changes, and metabolic disruptions may all play a role. In other words, the greatest danger may not be one single ingredient. It may be years of consistently consuming more calories than the body needs. And now we've reached the number 1 spot, the biggest food-related cancer risk factor on this list. Number 1. A lifetime of poor dietary habits. Surprised? Don't be. Most people expect a secret chemical, a mysterious ingredient, or a terrifying food they've never heard of. But according to decades of research, the most significant dietary cancer risks often come from overall eating patterns: too much processed food, too much alcohol, too much sugar, too much salt, too few fruits and vegetables, too little fiber, too many calories. One unhealthy meal won't cause cancer. One soda won't cause cancer. One hot dog won't cause cancer. But repeated habits, practiced day after day, year after year, can gradually increase risk. That's the lesson scientists keep returning to. Cancer isn't usually caused by one meal. It's influenced by long-term patterns. So before you leave this video, take a moment and ask yourself, which item on this list do you consume most often? Could one small change today improve your health 10 years from now? The truth is that nobody can control every risk factor for cancer, but we can control many of our daily choices, and those choices add up. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more science-backed health content. And tell us in the comments, which item surprised you the most? Thanks for watching, stay wealthy, and see you in the next video.